back in the day, I sometimes found that machines were awesome. But I sometimes found, depending on the machines, that there's something missing. I just wasn't getting a crazy pump. I wasn't getting crazy sore. Dips, deficit push-ups have never done me wrong. You may have a PhD in exercise science and an enormous chest, but Pack definitely has both. It's Dr. Pack to you and I. He's gonna tell you why your chest may not be growing, and he's gonna hook you with awesome tips to get your chest enormous. No, stop it. Let's go.
The first thing I see many people do wrong is training volume. Look, low volume protocols work fine, but if your chest isn't growing, hitting it with more training volume is the way to go. The current literature has still to find the limit to how much volume you can do for muscle growth, and doing more will likely benefit your chest. Bonus, a very recent meta-regression showed that even up to 11 fractional sets per muscle group per session will still keep you growing. So if chest is one of these lagging body parts for you, hitting it with 20 or even 30 sets per week is a good educated bet. When it comes to your session training volume, you don't want to do everything in one session. So when I say 20 to 30 sets, ideally split those in 2 to 3 sessions so you can get high quality sets very close to failure. Just going in the gym and half-assing your way through sets and sets and sets is not the way to go.
Here's the thing, guys. Every human has a certain volume they're gonna respond better to than another volume that changes for everyone over time, but still, some people respond better to lower volume, moderate volume, some better to higher volume. The people that respond better to lower volume are usually the guys that have the best genetics. They have a higher proportion of fast twitch muscle fibers. They're very strong. They have a psychological and neurophysiological ability to push really hard. They're the ones probably with big chests already. So if you follow people on social media that have huge chests, you're gonna learn that a lot of them do maybe 10 sets per week for chest, and you're gonna be like, that's how I do it. But if you have not so great genetics, slower twitch muscle fibers, muscles a little smaller, your ability to neurally contract your muscles isn't as great, you're actually the person whose solution is going to have to be different. And we've actually done studies before showing that people who don't respond as well for traditional volumes usually respond better to higher volumes and not lower volumes. So is it possible that for you, you've been overdoing volume, less volume be better? Yes, but that probability is lower at face value than the probability of doing a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, and then a little bit more is what's gonna get you the giant chest that'll make her notice. That's right, that one bitch that's sitting in the corner, always taking notes, but you know she's thinking about you, and you know her skin would fit so well on your body.
Or him.
Him too.
Or they. Or them. Listen, I love compound exercises like the chest press, and specifically this machine. I tried it yesterday. Amazing machine, excellent stretch. This is turning into an ad for Hoist Machine. Sponsor me, hey. Although compound exercises like a chest press, bench press, dumbbell bench press, whatever, are great because you're gonna hit your front delts, you're gonna get your triceps in as well, and you're gonna obviously blast your chest. When it comes to bringing up your chest as a lagging body part, you wanna keep roughly 50 to 60% of your exercises as isolation exercises, meaning things like dumbbell flies, cable flies, machine flies, pectic, any exercise that pretty much isolates the chest. So you can make sure that your chest is getting as much stimulus as possible, because we don't really know how much work your triceps and your front delts are doing in any given exercise, especially when people have different anthropometric characteristics. You may be built slightly differently, you may be feeling your triceps more on a chest press. Sure, your chest is getting worked, but to bring it up, hammer down the isolation work. Include plenty of isolation work where you can focus just on your chest. Compound exercises, still there, still part of the program, but they shouldn't be the only thing you do.
When you're choosing presses to do and you want to bias them more to your chest, typically wider grip variations are a really good option. And it's not so much that they hit your chest a lot more, it's just that they're not limited by the triceps as much. So a lot of flying movements is an awesome direct way to hit your chest. When you do your pressing movements, at least try to find a hand spacing that you can really feel a lot for your chest, maybe not as much for your triceps. So that when you're doing presses, they're still quite chest biased, and then you get kind of the best of both worlds.
Also, the reason why machines are an amazing tool for many of you out there to build your chest, or any muscle for that fact, is because they allow you to train very close or to failure without needing a spot. The traditional barbell bench press and other exercises that will require somebody to be there with you to lift the weight and potentially to assist you or help you out if you fail, amazing, classic, all good, thumbs up. But if you're training alone, opting for a chest press machine where you can literally grind a couple of reps at the end and potentially fail safely is a good educated bet when it comes to maximizing and really bringing up your chest. Because training close to failure is very important. And if you're unable to do that because you don't have a spot on any given day or you don't feel safe, then you may be leaving some gains on the table. Tip number 3, don't be afraid to lift heavy. Listen, when it comes to building muscle, we know that training close or to failure is important. It's very important if you want to maximize gains. And specifically, when it comes to people's ability to predict how close to failure they are, because you may not want to take every set to failure, things get a bit iffy after 12 reps. So predictions after 12 reps are not that great. And that's based on a meta-analysis we published a few years ago. So sets of 5 to 12 reps, even lower, 5 to 8 reps, although not traditionally associated with hypertrophy training, should likely be there, especially on some of those chest presses and machine exercises that you can fail on them safely. Don't be afraid to do a heavy set of 5 on a traditional chest exercise. No, it's not going to primarily target strength or make you a power lifter or anything like that. It will be as hypertrophic as a set of 12 or 15. And in some cases, especially if you're training alone without a partner there to push you or at least G-check your effort, you will substantially increase your probability of knowing that you're truly close to failure. Unless you're the one freak that takes everything to failure and have escaped the matrix and you're better than everybody else.
So when you're training heavier for chest, there's a couple cool things you can do to make sure that you stay safe, but it stays super effective. One is control the eccentric. I don't mean take an hour to lower it, but don't just dump the shit on your chest. It's a good way to get hurt. Another one is potentially try pausing at the bottom, even if it's just for a split second. The highest forces you see in the lift are typically in the reversal. And if you can minimize those forces, the muscle still gets a ton of force and everything is still good to go. And for me personally, I don't love to train heavy. I used to back when I was a powerlifter. It was amazing. I've liked more recently to train light. But for me, some muscle groups just love the heavy. And my chest, sets of 10, sets of 8, it loves. Sets of 16, sets of 20, it's kind of like, I'm just getting tired and not a lot's happening. So if you try a bunch of different rep ranges for chest, don't leave out sets of 5 to 10, controlled with compounds, all that good stuff. But if it works, oh, fucking marron, beautiful, it's gonna fucking work. You're gonna have the biggest fucking pecs ever. Look at that guy. Hey, you know what we used to call him? Fucking big pecs. That's right, our nicknames for people are fucking stupid. Hey, you calling me fucking stupid? Hey, whoa.
The gabagoo. Shout out Danny Plotkin.
Our favorite
Danny boy.
Our favorite Italian researcher.
Listen, I shilled for the hoist machine there that I've tried once, and because I want the sponsorship, and I shilled for machines heavily because they allow you to fail safe, easy to load, not much warm up needed, yada, yada, yada. But if your chest is lagging, and in general, if you want to train your chest and you want a big chest, bodyweight exercises like dips and deficit push-ups are absolutely goated for real, bussin' skibidi-rees, ballerina cappuccina. Amazing stretch, barely any warm-up required, super easy to progress, even if you're an advanced lifter. And in general, easy exercises that you can sprinkle on top of other sessions to get more volume in. Even on a leg day, let's say you finish a leg day, you can easily bang out 2 to 3 sets of dips or deficit push-ups with barely any mental effort required. Just get on there, especially if you're a bit heavy or a beginner, you might only be able to do 5 to 10 reps per set. Super time efficient and extremely effective. They tick all the boxes and they're somewhat slept on, in my opinion.
Don't be slept with. No, wait, that was my motto in high school and I succeeded. Don't get slept on. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm sure it's
Get
ethnic.
stepped on.
Yeah.
Starting our new spin-off service with Mike. Hairy dudes stepping on you.
Like
Sign
that?
up now.
You love that. Listen, back in the day, I worked my way through a bunch of different modalities for chest. And I sometimes found that machines were awesome. But I sometimes found, depending on the machines, that like there's something missing. I just wasn't getting a crazy pump. I wasn't getting crazy sore. Dips, deficit push-ups have never done me wrong. Your dad is a dip or a deficit push-up. He goes out for a container of milk. He comes back to take care of you. He doesn't leave with some other woman that has some other family in Illinois that you don't know about, and you find out when you're 21 and he's your dad. You still try to love him, but Jesus Christ, really, Dad? A whole other family?
Deficit push-ups and dips, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'm still yapping about bodyweight exercises. Also, amazing exercises when you're traveling or when you're low in equipment. When you're out of town, easy peasy. Dips, push-ups, you can bang them out anywhere. Amazing. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. You can cut that out, Scott. I fucked it because cool. Whatever. Don't travel. Dedicate yourself to your chest. Come on, be serious. This is important.
Where are you going next weekend? Nowhere. If you're trying to travel, pimp, you better be going to the gym.
Oh.
See you there.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that. That's a good tip.
That's great.
Thanks. Important tip. When it comes to maximizing hypertrophy, based on the current literature, a good educated bet is to emphasize the lengthened position on most exercises. Look, I'm not saying that if you don't, you're not gonna make gains or anything like that. But if you're watching this video and you're desperate to get a chest of world peace, a chest that would end the tariffs and any wars that are ongoing at the moment, then choose exercises that place a lot of tension in the stretch and do your best to pause stuff in the stretch. The pause is not going to take away from your gains, and it will likely allow you to be a bit more efficient with the weights that you use. It will make the exercise harder, and it will give you more space to progress. Focus on that stretch. Worst case scenario, nothing bad happens. Best case scenario, more pecs, more checks, more sex, more decks. Buy our new deck cleaning system with Dr. Mike for sailors and maritime companies, bulk carriers, yachts, and many other types of ships. ADHD.
If you have a dirty deck, we can clean it with our hands.
It's part of the other scheme as well, the step on you. So we'll come, it's BDSM, and then we clean the yacht. And if you have a yacht or a boat, you're pretty rich and you can do some weird shit.
You can afford us. Shut up and buy our services. Now, link in description. Well, gee whiz, Mr. Pack. I done took all of your advices. And you see, the problem is, they didn't work.
Oh, snap. Did you by any chance also eat plenty of protein and maybe at least maintenance calories in a slight calorie surplus, and make sure that you're sleeping like 7 to 9 hours per night?
I didn't do any of those things.
Oh my God, but these are the most basic things you need to do.
Follow the plan right on your phone and get the gains. Click on the link in the description of this video to get started.
Did you train for at least 6 months before you assessed progress?
I assess progress every day looking in the mirror at my chest while not eating in any kind of surplus, and I never slept. Did you know why I didn't sleep? Because I was in the mirror assessing my chest progress. Did I do it wrong?
Look, average person who watches these videos and wants to make gains, you must remember that the basics come first. You must be eating well, eating a lot of protein, maybe in a very, very, very conservative surplus, sleeping, and it takes time to grow a lot of muscle. Can't expect massive chest in 2 months.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
You said sleeping. Who with?
With your mom, viewer.
Oh, that's you, dog.
Except if your mom has passed away. Respect them. By sleeping, I mean sleeping in the same vicinity and then having sex.
With the corpse.
With the That aside, listen, guys.
Are we literally putting the corpse aside?
Yeah, freaks.
Hold up.
John Gacy, that shit below the house.
My dog.
I watch serial killer stuff. But look, if you're a natural individual out there and you want to grow, it will take time. Give it time, follow those tips, and you're going to be fine. But don't expect a massive chest in 2 weeks just because you paused in the stretch and did a bit more volume. Do the basics, cover your bases, do your due diligence outside the gym, follow these tips, and I would be extremely surprised, 60-day money-back guarantee if your chest doesn't grow significantly from what it was before. Cool?
Let's say you're a drug user and you're not natural. How does this whole process work? I'm going to tell you right now, easy steps to get you the biggest chest that you can get. Really study in school. I mean, study. Pass all the exams, go to university, get a ton of degrees, get a great job, a whole career, make a ton of money, get a house with a pool, drain the pool, put needles on the bottom of the pool drain facing up, all loaded with just tons of tren. Who cares what you're shooting? D-ball, even though it's an oral, put it in the pills anyway, put it in the needles face up, get on the board, the bouncing, diving board, boink, boink, and then just right into the needles, and you're gonna be jacked. It's a bit of a long game,
But
it's worth it.
for people that may not have the pool, let's cover that as well. Needles, throw them on the ground and just run back and forth 4 times. After that, you should be covered. Ideally, get the pool though, because if you're not, you're a brokey, and you shouldn't be watching the RP channel if you don't have 7 Bugattis and millions.
Stop watching TV if you don't have money. Get money first, motherfucker.
Comedy Central aside, to summarize, that's the Andrew Tate thing. Comedy aside, to summarize, for a bigger chest, if your chest is lagging, do more training volume, up to 20 to 30 sets per week for your chest. Good stuff. Do compound exercises that you can fail on safely, like a machine chest press, but also include plenty of isolation exercises for your chest. For those exercises, make sure that you're emphasizing the stretch, pausing in the stretch, and also selecting exercises that load the chest in the stretch. Good, educated bet. Don't be afraid to go heavy in the 5 to 12 rep range for a lot of your stuff to make sure that you are training very close to failure. Obviously, train 0 to 2 reps in reserve. And what else was there? Buy our new deck cleaning system with Dr. Mike for sailors and maritime companies. And also make sure, and this goes for any tip that you will ever hear, make sure that you're eating roughly 2.3 grams of protein per kilo of body weight if you want to absolutely leave no stone unturned. Eat at least maintenance calories, or even better, in a very slight surplus, around 5 or 10% above your maintenance calories. Do your best to sleep at a regular time, same time, sleep 7 to 9 hours, and give it time. Or buy our apps, MyAdapt, RP Hypertrophy app, and it will do everything for you. Yes, shameless plug. You see how I snuck that in there? You keep that in there. Scott, RP Hypertrophy channel, best channel, Dr. Mike, Patrick Extra Pack, Grease, yeah, baby! Explosions, added them, max. More work for you, more money for you. Yeah, commission 10%. Yeah, RP chip. Yeah, Detroit, baby.
Yeah, fuck yeah, Detroit.